Hello again. Let's make some movement restrictions for the player so he can't go off the screen. Idea is to use viewport. Let's take a look at the mobile screen. The viewport space is normalized and relative to the camera. What that means is that values go from 0 to 1. For example, the coordinates of the bottom left corner are 0, 0. The first number is for the x value and the second number is for the y value. The coordinates of the upper right corner are 1, 1. The bottom right coordinates are 1, 0 and the upper left 0, 1. The center point is 0.5, 0.5. We will use those coordinates and convert them into world space. Then tell the player that he can't move past those coordinates. Okay, now that we know the idea, let's start. Open the player controls script. First, we need private float values for maximum left, right, down and up points. In the start, we can assign those values using the viewport to world point function. So the max left gets a value from the main camera that viewport to world point. As I said, we convert viewport to world point. Now we need to pass viewport coordinates, so we use the new vector 2. Since this is the maximum left position, for the x value let's try with 0.15 and for the y we can use 0. You will see an error, it's because this function returns vector 3 and we are storing it in float value. But we only need an x value from the vector, so at the end write .x. For the maximum right, the process is the same, just change the x value. To make it symmetrical, 1 minus 0.15 is 0.85. For the max down value, the process is similar. Now the x-coordinate is 0 and the y-coordinate can be a small number, for example 0.05. In the end, we choose the y value with .y. The max up value will be 0.6 because I don't want the player to move all the way to the top of the screen. Okay, now that we know the restriction coordinates, let's apply them. Go to the update function. I will just zoom out a little bit because this will be a long line of code. Now inside the main if statement at the bottom, override the position with the transform.position. New vector 3. To restrict values, we use the mathf.clamp function. First we write the value we want to restrict, and that is the x position of the player. Then we write the minimum value, in this case that is the left side of the screen, so the max left position. Then we write the maximum value, that is the right side of the screen, in this case max right. For the y coordinates, we want to clamp transform.position.y. The minimum value is max down and the maximum value is max up. For the z-axis, we can just write 0. I think this is all we need to code. Let's try it. You can see that now the player can't get off the screen. Maybe we can increase the bottom coordinates a bit. You can also see that I can't move above 0.6 of the screen. Of course, you can go to the script and increase the max up value. Now I can move all the way up. Feel free to experiment with the values and find the best for your game. This will work for any screen size on any device. You can try it on other devices in the simulator. Nice, that's all for this lecture, see you in the next one.